and welcome back to another Reviews by Beth video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the book Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Now, I was actually gifted this book or lent this book by one of my friends from university whilst I was finishing my degree in third year, and I feel like that was a perfect time for me to receive this book because this book is all about life as a woman, being in your 20s and how you navigate life in your 20s. Now, I didn't realise this when I started reading it, but this is actually an autobiography by Dolly Alderton, and I didn't really realise that until I was reading it, and I was like, I don't know, 50 pages in, and I was like, this feels like an autobiography. I mean, it was really funny, and it felt like it could be fiction or it could be reality, and I was like, I'm just gonna Google it, and it actually is an autobiography, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Anyway, we follow Dolly through her life, and it's not a simple, straightforward life. It is full of moments of weakness and joy, and I think the overarching message of this book is that not every love has to be romantic, and actually platonic love can be just as beautiful, and if not more joyous and more loving than a romantic relationship, because especially in your 20s you can get a lot of romantic relationships that come and pass you by, but the relationships that you have usually that stick with you are your family and also your friends. And I think it's navigating that, how you live with friends and how your friendship develops. So Dolly Alderton lives with her friends. She's been to university, which is fun. We get to see a bit of university life, especially as someone who's just graduated uni, and it was literally the best time of my life. I met my absolute sisters at university and I love them so much, and this is definitely something that is represented in this book, of just loving your friends so much to the point where it's just like you have such a ache and want for them and you want the best for them. I think this book is just so honest at its core. It doesn't try and sugarcoat life. It shows life, her life, but also I feel like her life can be a representative of many women's lives. I feel like every woman can relate to something in this book because it's just so unfiltered. And there are moments of like silly drunken stories and, you know, bad dates. We've all been on a bad date and all things like that, but also kind of the feeling when you have such a best friend or you have such a great relationship with someone and then your friends get partners, and then suddenly someone else is like the center of their life when you've grown up and it's just them. You've grown up and you've been each other's sole focus, and you have to make room for that other person who's now entering your life, which you didn't choose, but they chose, and you have to be happy for them, but at the same time you can still be hurt and it feels almost like a breakup yourself. And I've not really seen that in many other books, to be honest. I've not really seen someone process those emotions of being so happy for your friend, but at the same time you're kind of sad that you're not spending as much time with your friend as you used to, and that you feel like, especially Dolly in this one, she felt like her friend was being dragged away, and which was not the case. And the friend came back and was like, please, I still love you, I still have space for you, I still have time for you. And I do think that's just something that in life we go through. There's talk about alcohol in here and talk about drugs in here and just how to navigate through your 20s. I think it's a great story about girlhood, but also about kind of when you hit your 20s and you've left university, it's like, oh, what am I doing now? Where am I going? What is everything now? I'm literally having to be an adult. Like, when did that happen? I did not ask for that. Like, what is going on? I feel like that is really expressed in this book, and it is all about her 20s. And I think as someone who is just at the beginning of their 20s, knowing that it's not going to be a straight line. Obviously, no life is a straight line, but I think as a kid, it's so predictable what's going to happen. You know, you go from primary school to secondary school to maybe sixth form or an apprenticeship, and then you go to university, and you have this whole trajectory that you know through education that you know you're going to go to, and then as soon as you leave, it's like, oh, okay, now we just have to make this up. And I think that's really interesting, and it's really talked about in this book. and the unpredictabilities of life, and actually to learn how to embrace them rather than to be scared of them. And that, yeah, it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to get your dream house straight away. You're not going to meet your dream guy straight away and everything like that. I think it's very interesting, very important to read and see yourself in. I think especially at this point in my life, I would recommend this to anybody in their 20s especially. So yeah, I think it was a really good book. The only thing I would say is it got a bit repetitive. Like the theme and the overarching theme of your friends are your real true loves throughout life, and it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. I forgot what that song is, but you know that one. It got a bit repetitive. I mean, it was nice, but I feel like halfway through, I kind of got the gist of the book and I didn't really need the rest of the book. But I think I did fall in love with Dolly herself. I mean, she's not the most stable character and she's not the most likable at times either, but I think because she's so brutally honest and she puts that honesty on the page, you have to respect her and love her for that. So yeah, I did really enjoy this book. I know my friend who gave this to me really loved this book and saw a lot of herself in it. I saw a lot of myself in it. It is also a really funny book. It has moments where I, did laugh out loud. Also some sad moments. So, I mean, that's life. It paints a good picture of life. It's up, it's down, it's all around. But it is a good book. So I think if I was to rate this out of 5, I would give this a good 4 stars out of 5 because it just felt a little bit repetitive for me in the end. But I did really enjoy it, and I like how she added a chapter once she kind of finished the edit, everything I know about 30. So she'd reached the end of her 20s and now she's in her 30s and she's like, there's actually not that much different. So I enjoyed that. I thought that was really fun, and I would recommend this to people. If you wanted to give this a go, then definitely do that. It's definitely a heartwarming, funny kind of, look at life. So yeah, I would recommend this book. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of the things to help support the channel. And also, if you want to support even more, you can look at my Amazon links for the books and also my Patreon channel if you want to support me. Thank you and bye.